Okay, guys, let's go over a little bit of a review over how to write an inverse from an equation. So first of all, they want us to write an inverse, and when we're done, we're going to name it g of x. So if I start out, I have f of x equals 8x minus 4. The first thing I'm going to do is take out the f of x and replace it with y. So that's your first step. Oops. Okay, then the next step, we're going to take our x and y and we're going to switch them. So it's x equals 8y minus 4. Now I've got to put it back in y equals form. So I'm going to start by adding 4. And then my last step would be to divide by 8. Now I'm going to go through and do each one so you can kind of see this. So it's y equals 1/8 x plus, and 4 over 8 would reduce down to 1/2. So this is one version of it. So if I said g of x equals 1/8 x plus 1/2, that would be one version of the inverse. The other version of the inverse is that when I have this part right here and I divide by 8, I can divide the whole thing. So that cancels, so it's going to be y equals x plus 4 over 8. So g of x equals x plus 4 over 8. Now either of these would be okay for the inverse. So just remember, you have to look at the kinds of things that are offered so you know how to answer. Okay, let's try one more. So f of x equals 3x plus 5. So first piece is to get rid of that and put y in its spot. Then we're going to take x and y and switch them. And then get it back in y equals form. So I'm going to subtract 5. And then divide by 3. So y equals x minus 5 over 3. Now remember, g of x is what it's named, so I'm just going to replace that. And that's one version. The other version would be to take this 3 and put it underneath both numbers. So it'd be y equals 1/3 x minus 5/3. The only thing you would need again is to do the g of x instead of the y. And either one of these would be okay for the answer.